Good afternoon and welcome to Rogers Activity Center. We got game number 3 for the Maple Grove Crimson Junior Varsity Girls taking on the Rogers Royals here at Rogers Activity Center on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Maple Grove is going to be starting the first period. They'll be going from my right to left, wearing their dark away jerseys, their crimson trimmed out with the white numbers, and we'll call it gold trim. Rogers wearing their white home jerseys trimmed out in blue and black. We're going to get starting lineups here as just a moment, they're going to put the pucks away. They're going to make their way down to the goal line, and we'll get the starting lineups. Shouldn't be. That's odd.
Starting for the Crimson, in goal, number 30, Adrian Pendergrass.
Pendergrass is starting in net, number 30, Adrian Pendergrass.
Number 6, Kira Thompson.
Kira Thompson is number 9.
Number 17, Riley Hayter.
Riley Hayter, her defensive partner, number 17.
Maddie Ames.
Number 35 is Ames. Number 4, McKenna Glendy.
And number 36, Adeline Graves.
And number 36, Graves will start. The rest of the Maple Grove Crimson will head out to the blue line, and we'll get the starting lineup for Rogers, and then we'll get puck dropped here for our Saturday afternoon matinee at the Rogers Activity Center.
In goal, number 30, Ashley Lippman. On defense, number 12, Peyton Stromback. And number 19, Grace Robbins. Now forward, number 10, Tree Shane. Number 18, Josie Elquist. And number 26, Olivia Rick. The girls are coached by Alana Huckerberg, Thomas Long, and Elias Sandholm. Let's play hockey.
All right, here we go. Starting lineups are done. 12-minute periods here at Rogers, a little different than what we're used to, but I guess we'll have a little shortened game, so we'll see what happens. Maple Grove goes to the bench. They're going to get last-minute instructions from the coach, as always. And we'll get puck dropped here. We got Pendergrass in the net for your Maple Grove Crimson. Maple Grove coming off a 4-0 loss to Benilde St. Margaret on Thursday evening. Still have yet to taste victory in this early part of the season. We'll see if they can't do that tonight against Rogers, or today against Rogers. Ames is going to take the draw. We got Glendy on the left, Graves on the right. Defensive pairing again is Hayter and Thompson. And we're going to get this one started. Puck is dropped. Ames wins the faceoff, and Maple Grove controls. Into the Rogers zone they go. Centering pass, but that's intercepted by Rogers. They try and clear the zone, but it's held in by Thompson. Thompson with a little shot wide, looking for a tip from Ames. Ames goes into the corner. Puck gets taken away from Maple Grove. They try to clear it out, but right onto the backhand of Hayter. She keeps it in, goes to her defensive partner, Thompson. Thompson just dumps it down deep, and Ames is going to pick it up from behind the net. Ames with a little cycle play to Glendy. Back to Ames. Here comes Ames out in front with a shot. Blocker save. She tried to go short side, but the goaltender had the short side post covered up. Tried to go upstairs, and the goaltender got a piece of that one with the blocker. Rogers finally able to clear the zone, but Hayter has it and brings it right back down in. Here's a chance for Hayter. She's at the top of the circle, tries to slide it over. Had Graves on the back door, but the pass got intercepted and didn't make it all the way across the goal crease. Thompson holds it down, and finally Rogers is able to clear it down. They're looking for a line change, so they just ice it. We'll get an icing call here with 13:56 left to go in period number 1. Looks like they did up the time limit on the periods to 15 minutes instead of 12. So we'll get our clock here synced up as much as possible. 13:56 left to go in period number 1. Out comes Bowerly to take the draw. Back for Benson. Benson throws it down deep for Ekman and Sandberg on the wing. Sandberg in the corner. Tries to get it to Ekman and does. Ekman with a shot goes towards the net. Goaltender clubbed that one. Just outside the face-off dot was Ekman on a pass from Sandberg from the corner. Fed it up to her. She got a nice shot out, but the goaltender was able to glove it. Bowerly takes the draw, goes back to Willie at the point. Willie just throws it into the far side corner. After it is Ekman. Ekman with it banks it off the boards to Benson. Benson was going to try a little one-time slap shot, but the Royal player was able to get out there and cause a little disruption, so she couldn't get it off. Back out to the point for Benson. She'll backhand it down low. After it is Sandberg in the corner. Sandberg will ring it around for Bowerly. Bowerly with a centering pass to Ekman. She got to try to one-timer, but didn't get all of it. So easy stick save by the goaltender, and they're able to clear it out. Benson throws it all the way back down. Rogers tries to clear the zone. Bowerly with a little toe drag onto the stick of Sandberg, but couldn't get the shot off. Sandberg does pick up the loose puck. She'll swing it around the net, looking for someone to pass to, and off the bench is Voigtman. Voigtman with a one-time snapshot, but that hit traffic out in front and never made its way to the goaltender. Sandberg with a nice little stick check there. She'll just dump it in, and they'll go off for a line change. Bowerly on the forecheck. Rogers is able to clear it out on the near side boards. They get it across the blue line just barely as Watson took a swipe at it with her stick. They cleared it. First time Rogers has been in the Maple Grove zone for the first period. Here comes Rogers, top of the circle. They try and fire one. Pendergrass with a save. Little trouble handling that one, but pushed it off to the side. Near side boards held in. Now it's at the slot. Good tie up there by Miller. Miller backhands it up to Anderson. Anderson's able to backhand it out of the zone, and on pursuit is Watson. Anderson and Watson both in the zone. Rogers tries to clear it out, held in by Chepkis, who came flying off the bench. Here's Anderson, throws one up and right into the goaltender's glove for a save. Maple Grove in control so far these first 3 minutes of period number 1. Rogers has been down in the zone one time, got one shot off. So Pendergrass has seen a little bit of action, and here come Rogers off of the draw. They get by Voigtman. She bodies up on that one. Nice job by Voigtman. Stick check there. She comes away with it, tries to peel it out of the zone, but can't do it. Chepkis finally gets it up to Anderson. Anderson got stood up. Here's a 2-on-1. Chepkis and Watson. Here comes Chepkis down the right-hand side. Top of the circle. Chepkis goes in. Pad save as she fired one towards the net, but goaltender came up big. Watson centers one right through the goal crease. Off the bench is number 9, Thompson. Here's Hayter. Hayter makes a move, comes in, cuts to the middle, kicks it to her forehand. Hayter goes back out, now drops it for Thompson. Thompson on the far side board. She turns, spins at the half wall, gets it back to Hayter. Hayter walks the blue line, throws one towards the net, looking for a tip from Watson as that went wide right. Watson picks it up, banks it off the boards to Thompson. She couldn't handle that one, but holds the zone. Shot on their own goal as the Royals tried to feed it back to the defensive pairing. Cuts it across ice. Thompson lost her stick. Picked up by Sukup. Sukup with a little toe drag. Here comes Sukup. Sukup across the blue line. Cuts to the middle. Forehand, backhand. Throws it wide right of the goaltender. Picks up her own wide shot. Goes back out. Drops it off for Benson, but it's poke-checked off her stick and out of the zone. That's going to be an offsides on the Crimson. We'll get a face-off just outside the blue line. 10:32 left to go, period number 1. Scoreless game, 0-0, but Maple Grove in hot pursuit looking to get their first puck past this goaltender who's made a couple of really nice saves. Ames on the draw. She's out there with Sukup and Dorn. Back to Benson. Dorn picks it up. Dorn goes cross ice looking for Sukup. Sukup tried to pick it up off the boards, but it hopped over her stick. Took a little weird bounce. Nice little poke check by Sukup. And the Rogers Royals throw it down deep, but that hit the referee, which allows the Crimson to clear the zone. Rogers from center ice dumps it back in where it's going to be grabbed by Benson. Benson looking for Sukup. Now Ames has it. Ames on a little pursuit. Leaves it for Sukup. That's going to be offsides. So they'll have to check up. Dorn can't hear the referee, so she goes in, touches the puck, and we'll get another face-off outside the blue line on that offsides call. Bowerly's out there. She'll take the draw. On the left is Glendy. On the right is Graves. Bowerly takes the face-off. Graves picks it up, brings it into the zone, pokes it forward, but it hit a Royals player up in the stomach, so she's able to carry it out to neutral ice. She gets to the blue line, dumps it down deep, goes behind Pendergrass. Benson has it, gets it up to Graves. Graves tries to bank one off the boards. Puck comes free to Bowerly. Bowerly gets it over to Glendy. Glendy had a little bit of trouble controlling that one, so the Roger Royals are able to throw it back down into Maple Grove zone. Willie has it now. She tries to get it to Graves and does. Graves tries to go center ice, but it's intercepted by the Royals. Finally, cross ice pass over to Glendy, but it's thrown right back out now by Willie, but Willie's able to cause a little interference from the right winger. Gets the puck, centering pass behind Bowerly up to Glendy, feeds it through Bowerly's legs, and here comes Bowerly. Let's see what that one was. I guess that's an offsides. Didn't see that myself, but we'll let the referee ref the game, and he thought it was offside, so we'll get another face-off right outside the Royals' defensive zone. Off the bench is going to be Chepkis, Sandberg, and Ekman. On the point is Voigtman and Miller. Chepkis goes in for the draw, wins it back to Miller. Miller right over to Voigtman. Voigtman brings it across into the Royal zone. Top of the circle, throws one towards the net, was looking upper corner, and the goaltender was able to go up high and glove that one. Nice little shot there by Voigtman. Off the nice face-off win by Chepkis. Got it right back to Miller. Miller right over to Voigtman, and she had a little bit of an open lane and got the shot off. 8:46 to go. Back to Miller. Miller throws one, tipped out in front. Puck is down and it's loose, but the Royals are able to throw it out of the zone. It's going to be grabbed by Miller. Miller goes cross ice to Voigtman. Voigtman goes up the boards to Ekman. Ekman and Sandberg, if she can get there, had Sandberg breaking to the center of the ice, but couldn't quite get to the puck. Chepkis goes in with a little forecheck. The Royals are able to pick up the loose puck and skate it through center ice. They get across the red line and dump it down deep. Behind the net's going to be Miller. She'll backhand it over for Voigtman. Voigtman's going to pick it up in the corner. Cross ice to Sandberg. If Sandberg cuts to her right, here's a chance for Sandberg on the breakaway. Comes in. Sandberg on the forehand gets a shot off as she was bothered from behind by the defensive back checker. Sandberg was able to get a shot off, hit the pad of the goaltender. Big save by the goaltender to keep this a scoreless game. Nice little chance for the Crimson. Coming around the net was Hayter, tried the wrap around but couldn't get it. Back to the point, it's for Thompson. Thompson goes to Chepkis. Chepkis with a centering pass looking for Ekman to tip it in right at the top of the slot, but couldn't get her stick on it. Royals backhand it down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call with 7:37 left to go in period number 1. Face-off, one back by the Crimson. Hayter with a little slap shot, tipped out in front by Anderson. Puck is loose, down in the blue paint. Nobody knows where it is. Referee hasn't blown the whistle. There it is, right on the backside far post, and that's going to be a penalty on Rogers. That's going to put Maple Grove on the power play for the first time this afternoon. 7:20 left to go, and the Crimson will have a skater advantage for 2 minutes as number 4 for the Royals is going to go to the box for checking. They'll change the defensive pairings. Willie and Benson come out. They'll keep Ames, Anderson, and Watson out there for the power play unit. 2-minute power play for the Maple Grove Crimson. Ames on the draw, wins it back cleanly. A little bit too good because Benson was not there, but she picks up the loose puck, grabs it to Willie. Willie cross ice to Anderson. Anderson's got some room. She comes in, throws a shot towards the net. She scores! Anderson on the power play goal. Took a pass from Willie to the far side. Cross ice pass by Willie. Hit Anderson. Anderson got about 15 feet inside the blue line, just at the top of the circle. Fired one about an inch off the ice. Goaltender tried to bend down to glove it, but right under her glove through the pads and into the net for a 1-0 Crimson lead. Ames on the draw, gets it to Watson. Watson throws it down deep. She'll ring that one around the boards. On the forecheck is Anderson. Anderson with a centering pass. That got broken up by the defender for the Royals. Anderson picks it up. She comes to the near side boards. The Royals are able to clear it out. After it is Benson. Benson's just going to get to there and fire it around to Anderson. Anderson tries to stop it with her skates and does. Gets it to Ames. Here's a chance for Ames and Watson. Ames pushed it just a little too far forward, which allowed the defender to poke it out of the zone, and here come the Rogers. That's going to be offsides, but referee said no dice. Willie goes into the corner, near side corner. Puck comes out. Shot goes towards the net, blocked by Ames. Centering pass right at the blue paint. Pendergrass with a save. As she went down to cover that one up, centering pass from the near side boards right to the top of the slot. Pendergrass had to go down, cover that one up quickly. Bowerly takes the draw. Back for Miller. Miller gets it behind the goaltender, Pendergrass. Miller has it. Goes to Voigtman, but gets it up to Sukup. Sukup's able to clear it out of the zone. Rogers has it. Bowerly's all over her. Nice forecheck by Bowerly. Disrupted that one. No offsides there as the Royals actually brought it into the zone. So even though the puck had come out and there were Maple Grove Crimson players inside the zone, it's not offsides if your other team brings it back into their own zone. Here's a chance for Sukup. Sukup around the far side. She cuts towards the middle, gets a shot off. That hit the pad of the goaltender on the near side pipe. Picked up by Dorn. Dorn backhands it. She's on the far side half wall. Tries to get it back to Voigtman, but she's tied up by the Rogers player. In to help out is Sukup. Finally does get it to Voigtman. Looking for a tip from Bowerly out front. Dorn has it now behind the goal line. Centering pass, looked to bank it in off the shin pad. Don't know if that was her plan. Looked like she was maybe trying to go back to the point for Miller. Dorn has it. She'll try to dump it down deep. They're on the near side boards, cleared out by the Royals. And after it is Voigtman. Voigtman picks it up. She's got some speed. Tries to get it up ice to Bowerly. Tips off her stick and allows Rogers to come back in the zone. Here's a chance for the Royals. Tied up nicely. Nice defensive play by Voigtman to take the puck away. It's now into the corner. Bowerly and Voigtman battle a couple of Royals players. Puck comes loose. Royals have it. They go back to the point. Hash marks. They try to walk the seam, but it's taken away by Dorn. Kick free. Cleared out. Here comes Sukup. Sukup goes around the outside. Here's a chance for Sukup. Comes in. Fires one, but that went wide left of the goaltender. Up a little bit too high and wide left. Puck comes free. It's going to be grabbed by Rogers. Rogers is able to bank it out of the zone. Hayter's right there. She'll throw it right back in, but Rogers bumped that one down the ice. No icing. Thompson's going to pick it up. Makes a little circle play. Gets it up to Glendy. Glendy's at the red line. Center ice. Glendy across the blue. Throws one towards the middle slot. Was hoping to see Graves break in from off the bench, but she couldn't get there in time. Chepkis fires one towards the net. That's saved by the goaltender. Rogers cleared out. That's not going to be icing. Looks like it tipped off Hayter's stick just barely. So she'll come back. She'll circle around the net. She'll pick up the loose puck. Three Rogers players there collide on the far side boards. Some open ice here if the Crimson can hurry. Thompson has it. She'll skate it up and skates it out of Maple Grove territory. Comes down across center ice. Here's Thompson around to the outside, near side boards. Goes cross ice to Hayter. Nice pass there. Hayter with a slap shot, but right into the skates of the Rogers Royals player. No icing there, as again, that one was tipped off a Crimson stick, so Hayter's going to have to cycle around and pick that one up. Tries to get it up to Glendy. Glendy couldn't control the pass, so Rogers now has control and is trying to cut through center ice. Glendy's there to poke check that one off the stick. They dump it towards the goaltender, went left a little bit, and Thompson's going to grab it down in the far side corner. Little D to D by Thompson to Hayter to Glendy. Glendy's able to clear the zone. She threw it a little bit too hard outside the zone, but they were looking for a line change anyway, so no big deal there. Icing is the call, and we'll have a face-off to the left of Pendergrass. 2:38 left to go, period number one. 1-0 lead on a goal by Ashlyn Anderson for your Crimson. Brooke Willie. It's Willie. Puck back behind the net. That's Ekman. Now to Benson. Benson tries to clear it out. Sandberg's trying to pick it up off of the stick. She was hoping to bounce over the defender's stick. It almost did. Ames has it. Now Ames gets it up to Sandberg. Sandberg picks up the puck across the red line. She's across the blue. Back for Ekman. Ekman top of the slot, but banked off her stick and a little bit out of her reach, so now it's down in the corner. Ames has it. She's trying to get it out of that corner. Comes and nice little play there by Ames on the backhand. Ames at top of the slot, backhands it out. The pad was looking to go 5-hole there, but the goaltender came up big on Ames as she was right at the top of the slot with a backhand trying to get it by the goaltender. Now the Royals have it back behind the net. They'll try and swing it out of the zone, but Benson pinches in and kicks it back down to the corner. Here's Ames, and she'll grab it. Backhands for Ekman. Ekman to Ames. Nice little tight area game by Ekman and Ames. Centering pass comes out. Sandberg's there. Shot goes. Pad save. Ekman on the rebound, but threw it a little bit wide. Good opportunity there for the Crimson. A lot of zone time here. Now it's Willie. Willie throws one towards the net, wide right, maybe looking for a tip out in front. Sandberg's going to pick that one up. She goes back to Willie at center ice. Willie just throws it down deep in the corner. After it is Ames, she has it behind the goal line. Tied up by the Royals defender. She'll take on two of them, but pokes it free to Ekman to Sandberg. Sandberg on the one-timer, but didn't get a lot of stick on that one and threw it wide through the goal crease. Here come the Royals. They're finally able to clear it out, but again tipped off the stick of the defender, so no icing. Royals go off for a line change. Benson has it, tries to go way up to Sandberg. Sandberg cuts through three defenders, kicks it forward. Poke checked off her stick. Ames has it, and we're going to get an offside call there as the Crimson went in just a little bit too soon before the puck did. So 48 seconds, face off outside the Royals defensive end. Here comes Bowerly off the face-off, backhand by Bowerly, pad save, rebound comes out, sitting at top of the paint. Anderson comes in, she takes a chop at it, goaltender's still there, finally able to cover it up. Little pushing and shoving in front of the net. Bowerly says, check out my glove size, and pulls Anderson out of there so she doesn't get a penalty. .35 seconds left. Bowerly's going to take the draw. Puck goes down in the corner. Rogers tries to clear it out but couldn't do it. They do get past Voigtman. Now here's a chance for Rogers. Nice play by Miller to come over. Puck goes down on Pendergrass. She just covers that one up just to make sure that no mistakes are made there. We'll get a face-off with 23 seconds left in period number one. Bowerly's out there with Watson and Anderson. On the point is Miller and Voigtman. Bowerly's going to take the draw. Throws it back. Bowerly wins it back to Miller. Miller has it behind the net. Looking for a breakout pass. Hits Anderson on the far side half boards. Anderson's able to get it past the blue line, but the Royals are able to dump it right back down into the zone. Voigtman will chase that one down. She'll send it around the boards, gets it up for Watson. Watson on a backhand to Bowerly. Bowerly all alone, takes a slap shot as time expires, and that'll be it for period number one. Great period for the Crimson. They controlled most of that period down in the Royals zone. Royals had a couple of shots on net. If I had to guess, I would say shots are 10 for Maple Grove, just 2 for the Royals. But the Maple Grove Crimson will come away with a 1-0 lead. Looks like they are going to redo the ice in between periods. So we'll be back. Pete Ames, Jay Sandberg bring you today's broadcast from the Rogers Activity Center. We'll be back in about 12 minutes as soon as they finish the resurfacing for period number 2. Make sure you stick with us. Been a good one so far. Yep. Welcome back to Rogers Activity Center for period number 2. Maple Grove Crimson JV girl hockey taking on the Rogers Royals here at the Activity Center. Second period action, shots on goal through the first period. Thought they were a little bit different, but we actually have an official stat. Looks like 18 for the Crimson and just 1 for the Royal. Maple Grove on a 1-0 lead coming into period number 2 on a goal by Ashlyn Anderson. The assist went to Brooke Willie as she got a feed from the point. Hit Anderson over on the far side of the boards. Anderson stepped inside, top of the circle, fired one towards the net about a couple inches off the ice under the goaltender's glove and into the back of the cage. Maple Grove controlled period number 1 for the most part. Spent a lot of offensive time down in the Rogers zone. Rogers goaltender with some big saves. You can see she stopped 17 of them, most of them point blank, right on the doorstep for the Crimson. Crimson will be going from my left to right for period number 2, and we'll get puck drop here to start this one in just a moment. Looks like it'll be Sukup taking the draw out there with Graves and Glendy. On the point is Benson and Willie. Sukup wins the faceoff back to Willie. Willie to Benson. Benson tried to hit Graves. Couldn't connect on the pass, so the Royals are able to put it out of the zone. Sukup goes back to Benson. Benson again tried to hit Graves, but for a second time in a row could not connect on the pass. Here come the Royals. They fire one towards the net. Blocker saved by Pendergrass. Puck cleared back behind the net, picked up by Willie. Center breakout pass to Sukup. Sukup skates it. Here comes Sukup across the blue, has Graves on her right. Sukup's shot goes towards the net. Blocker save. She picks up her own rebound. Hits Benson, who's breaking in from the point. Benson on a one-time snapshot. Pad saved by the goaltender. Here's a 2-on-1 for the Rogers Royals. Here come the Royals down the ice. Fires it wide right at Pendergrass. Best opportunity of the afternoon for the Royals, and shot wide. Now here's a chance for Graves. She gets around the defense. She comes to the near side, cuts to the center of the ice, loses the puck as it goes down in the corner when it's grabbed by the Royals. Sandberg off the bench. She gets body checked by 2 players. Shot by Bowerly, saved by the goaltender. Rink wide breakout pass for the Royals, but it's thrown in by Voigtman. Near side boards, Ames and Voigtman battle for it. Voigtman comes away with it, goes back to Bowerly. Bowerly a little trouble hanging on to that one, so it scoots its way down into Maple Grove territory. Sandberg couldn't stop it on the half boards, and it goes all the way down to Rogers. They try a centering pass. That hit the skates of Ames. Ames on the forecheck, disrupts that one. Picked up by Miller. She'll dump it back down deep. Ames on the forecheck, behind the net. Here comes Sandberg over on the near side boards. Forces the Rogers player. Picked up by Bowerly. Bowerly with a shot. Glove saved by the goaltender. Rebound comes out. Ames had a swipe at it. Bowerly back behind the net. Tries to center one out to Ames, who is sitting right at the slot. Rogers clears it all the way down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call for the Royals, and we'll get the face-off back down in Rogers territory with just a tick under 13 minutes left to go in period number 2. 1-0 lead for the Crimson. Chepkis will come out. She'll take the draw. Watson and Anderson. Anderson's got the Maple Grove goal. Hayter and Thompson back at the points. Chepkis wins the draw, gets it back for Hayter. Hayter backhands it over to Watson. Watson on the far side, half boards, hash marks. Here's Anderson. She scoops it up and tries to get it over the right shoulder of the goaltender. Just went wide right, back to the point for Thompson. Thompson dumps it down deep. There's a cross check to the back of Anderson. Penalty on the Rogers will put Maple Grove on the power play for the second time this afternoon. Anderson was right in front of the goaltender, top of the slot, took a cross check in the back from number 19. She'll go to the box, 2 minutes. Maple Grove 0 for 1 on the power play, or was that, maybe it was a power play goal in the first period. Don't really recall.
Yeah, that was a power play.
Power play goal, so they are 1 for 1 on the power play. See if they can't make it 2 for 2, man advantage, skater advantage. Here's Anderson off the draw, slap shot, hit Chepkis right in the arm. That one stung a little bit as Anderson was trying to one-time it towards the net, but ended up hitting her own player. Rogers behind the net, chased by Thompson. It's going to be grabbed now by Hayter. Hayter skates it out of the zone, cuts across the blue to the red, through center ice, cuts it through a couple of defenders. Hayter around to the outside, coast to coast. Hayter takes a shot, and goaltender is saved. Almost slid her way back into the net. Not sure, that probably should have been a goaltender. Not sure you can slide into the back of your net even though you have the puck covered. Nonetheless, the referees wave that one off. Keep it a one-score game. 1:27 left to go in the power play. Sukup on the draw. Hayter to Thompson. Thompson with a snapshot looking for Ekman on the far side to tip it in. Here's Hayter with a slap shot. That got deflected. Here's Sukup. She'll take a shot. She scores! Sukup on the power play goal. A little snapshot from the far side. Got through the near side goaltender. 11:49 of the second period. Puts the Crimson up 2-0 on the second power play goal of the afternoon for the Crimson. That was Sukup. I believe the assist will probably go to Hayter, but we'll wait for the official scoring. Nonetheless, Sukup on the goal. Willie banked one. Thompson on the second assist. Here's Sukup. Oh, tried to go for the snapshot, but lost the puck. So they'll give the goal and the assist. The goal goes to Sukup. The assists go to Thompson and Hayter. Icing on the Royals, so we're going to face off down to the right of the goaltender with 11:20 left to go in the second period. Out to take the draw is going to be Bowerly. She'll be flanked on both sides by Graves and Glendy. At the point is William Benson. Face-off won by Bowerly. She's having a great day at the face-off dot this afternoon. She's about 95% on her face-off wins as Bowerly, doing a fantastic job. Royals have it now. They'll try and clear it out of the zone, but Willie's there to backhand it to the hash marks. Escapes over the blue line. Willie dumps it in. Maple Grove checks up, and they'll go on the forecheck. Bowerly forces. Bowerly with a nice pickup comes out to the backhand. Nice little play by Bowerly as she forced the Royals defender back in her own zone. The Royals defender lost an edge, which allowed Bowerly to pick up the puck. She made a quick cut to the center of the ice in front of the net, tried a backhand, but couldn't get it by the goaltender. Now it's back in the Royals zone. Royals forced all the way back behind their net. Bowerly on the forecheck. She comes out looking for a check. Here comes Benson. She'll fire one. That went wide. Glendy overskated that one. So it allows the Royals to clear the zone. Willie's at the blue line, throws it in to Glendy. Glendy pops it into the zone for a brief moment. Now it's cross ice for Graves. Graves skates through center ice. She comes into the Rogers territory, tries to cut to the center, but got poke checked off her stick. Rogers with control. They'll send it down the ice. Hopped over the stick of Miller. And Benson will pick that one, go cross ice near side to Graves. Graves pushes it forward, looking for Chepkis. Now it's onto the stick of Miller. Miller cuts into the zone. She's got some open ice, cuts to the center, but back to the outside, loses it for a moment. Centering pass and cleared out by the Royals. Sandberg was right at the top of the slot. Here's a chance for Sandberg. She goes through the legs of the defender, cuts around one. Nice little play by Chepkis to set the pick, which allowed Sandberg to get around, but Sandberg got poke checked off her stick, and the Royals clear the zone. Dumped right back in by the Crimson. Kept in for a moment by Voigtman, but here come the Royals. They push it forward. They're now into Maple Grove territory. They cut in, throws one towards Pendergrass. She makes the save. Grabbed by Sandberg. Sandberg cuts to the middle, now to the outside. If she's got some speed, she can get around the defender. Cuts in, now back to the outside. Sandberg, centering pass for Ames, but intercepted it, and the goaltender has to cover that one up. Nice little tricky play by Sandberg. Try to hit Ames, cutting down the center of the ice at the top of the slot. Got intercepted by the Royals defender and allowed the goaltender to cover it up for a faceoff with 9:04 left to go in the second period. That was 17 and 9. Here comes Sukup. Sukup wins the draw, back to Thompson. Thompson goes down to Anderson. Anderson to Sukup. Sukup fires one towards the net, but goaltender save there. Nice play by the Crimson. Sukup with a Good opportunity, threw one at the net, but the goaltender went butterfly down and was able to stop it with the pads. Shots on goal, 26 for the Crimson. I'm going to say 2 for the Royals, even though they didn't put up their second shot. I have seen one go in on Pendergrass, as she did have to make a save. Here's Hayter. Hayter gets it up the ice looking for Watson. Watson picks up the loose puck. She's on the far side. Half-board center to Sukup. Sukup top of the slot. Tries to pound it in past the goaltender. Goaltender with a stick check on Anderson. She didn't like that one. Anderson was in there trying to poke at the puck. Referee will have a conversation with the goalie. No need to slash the Anderson there as the whistle hadn't blown, and she was just trying to poke at the puck. Number 30 for the Royals getting a good workout. Face-off won by Sukup to Hayter. Hayter fires one towards the net, knocked down by the glove. Thompson with an open net, and she scores! Hayter with a nice shot from the point, went up high. The goaltender knocked it down as she butterflied down, and it came right to Thompson, who was breaking in from the point. That'll be Thompson, number 9 on the goal. The assist should go to number 17, Hayter. We'll see what the official scoring from the referee will be. But Thompson basically from the face-off dot had a wide open net, threw the puck right past the goaltender for a 3-0 Crimson lead here in the second period. Face-off won by Bowerly. She dumps it down into the zone. Dorn on the forecheck. Dorn pinned up against the end boards. Back out to the point for Willie. Willie cuts to the center of the ice. Snapshot by Willie. That had traffic out in front, so never made its way to the goaltender. Rebound came out. Willie with a second attempt hit some more pads, and finally Rogers is able to clear it out of the zone. Good defensive play there by Willie. Gets it up the boards to Ekman. Ekman banks it off the boards. She'll try and pick it up herself. Cuts to the, leaves it for Bowerly. Bowerly all alone, throws one. That hit some traffic out in front. Defender lost their stick. Back out to the point of the Crimson. Willie has it top of the slot, fires one again, hit traffic out in front, so never made its way to the goaltender. Dorn right there at the blue line. They'll call it in good, but the Royals are able to escape and get it out. They throw one towards the net. That went wide right of Pendergrass. Willie picks it up. She'll backhand it off the boards. Clears it out of the zone. Here's a chance, 2-on-0 for the Crimson. Bowerly and Ekman, 2-on-0. Bowerly leaves it to Ekman. Ekman back to Bowerly. Oh, but the goaltender got a pad on it. Nice unselfish play by Ekman. She had the open net, probably could have shot it and scored, but tried to go back to Bowerly to give her a goal. And that's going to be an icing call. Looks like, nope, we're going to get a penalty for hooking on the Crimson. See who goes to the box for this one. Looks like it's going to be Bowerly, number 18, Anna Bowerly. 2 minutes for hooking. Will put the Royals on the power play for the first time this afternoon. Chepkis is in for the draw. She wins it back cleanly to the corner for Miller. Miller is going to skate behind the net. She gets it up for Graves. Graves is on the near side half boards. Rogers can't hold the zone. They bring it out. Here's Graves. Graves steals it. Graves in on the shorthanded breakaway. She comes in, fires it wide. Graves on the shorthanded breakaway opportunity. Had a chance. She just fired it wide of the goaltender. Rogers now has control. They try and clear the zone. Not going to be icing as it went just under the stick of the defense for Maple Grove. Voigtman picks it up. She'll clear it up looking for Chepkis. That bounces off the stick of the defender. Chepkis right there leaves it for Miller. Miller picks it up. That's going to be a tripping call on the Royals. They'll even things up 4-on-4 for the next minute 15. Then Maple Grove will go on a little bit of a power play here in the second period. Tripping for number 18 for the Royals as her stick caught the underside of the blade of Graves as she was rushing down the ice. Out for the Crimson is going to be number 34, Sandberg, number 4, Glendy. At the point, number 9, Thompson, and number 17, Hayter. Sandberg takes the draw, wins it back for Hayter. Hayter pinches down into the corner, 4-on-4. The Royals try and clear it out. Sandberg picks it up on the half boards. She goes right down to Hayter. Hayter cuts across the seam for a moment. She gets tripped, and that'll now put the Crimson on a power play. Royals touch the puck for the whistle. That'll put 4-on-3 for Maple Grove. Going to be a lot of open ice out there for the skaters. Just 3 Royals players, 4 Crimson players. With 6:08 left to go in the second period. Sandberg wins the draw back for Hayter. Hayter over to Thompson. Thompson cuts in, fires, she scores! Thompson from Hayter. Sandberg on the faceoff, won it back to Hayter. Hayter threw it right over to Thompson. Thompson skated to the top of the circle, threw one upper right-hand corner. Nice shot by Thompson to put Maple Grove up by 4 goals on their 3rd power play goal of this afternoon. Back to 4-on-4 hockey. Sukup takes the draw, tied up at center ice, gets it to Willie. Willie goes back to Benson. Benson will pick this one up. She'll head up ice, cuts across the blue. Little chip pass over the stick of the defender. Royals player tries to throw it up. Thompson and Hayter having a heck of a day here, accumulating a lot of points between their assists and their goals. Sukup tried to skate it out of the zone, poke checked off her stick, shot goes in on Pendergrass. She went down, hit her in the face mask, but she came up big on a nice save there. Off of the skates of Willie, she picks it up, backhand to Sukup. Sukup throws it in, icing is waved off as it's on the goaltender. Here comes puck out right to Sukup. She had a chance, and there's Ames right on the doorstep. She tried to fire one in on the goaltender. Goaltender just got a piece of that. Sukup threw it towards the net. The goaltender had a really difficult time holding that one. Basically pushed it right onto the stick of Sukup. Sukup took a little backhand shot. Goaltender made the save. Rebound came right out to Ames. She got a second chance at it, but the goaltender caught a piece of it and covered it up with a face-off at 5:11 left to go, period 2. Sukup on the draw, gets it to Voigtman. Voigtman just throws it right into the chest of Sukup. Voigtman goes over. Maple Grove on the power play. Fired wide by Miller. Sukup will pick this one up. She'll cut across the top of the circle, makes a move towards the middle, throws one in, that went off the goalpost. Off the crossbar is Sukup as she had the goalie burned. Nice play. She picked it up on the side of the net, made her way to the middle of the ice, threw one up high, but it hit the crossbar. Royals are able to clear it down the ice. No icing as they are on the penalty kill. Maple Grove on the power play for another 30 seconds. Grab by Miller. She'll skate it around the net. Goes up the boards to Ames. Ames tries to bank it out of the zone, but it's held in by the Royals. Miller's going to go after it. She'll turn and pivot spin. Thrown in the corner. A little support is Ames and Sukup. Puck is free. Here comes Ames. Ames makes a move, gets by one defender. Here's a chance for Ames. Ames on the breakaway, has Watson on the left. Ames comes down, fires into the goaltender. Rebound comes out. Ames back behind the net with Watson. She comes out, now tries to backhand it in. Another shot, she scores! Ames with a good bit of effort there on the breakaway, came in, fired it at the goaltender. Goalie made the initial save. Ames picked up her own rebound, back behind the net, skated out front, threw another backhand on the goaltender, saved it. Finally, it came back onto the stick of Ames. Third opportunity, and she put it through 5-hole for the goal. 5-0 lead for the Crimson. On an unassisted goal for number 35, Ames. Face-off back, thrown down deep by Maple Grove. Icing's going to be the call as they were about 3 steps outside of the red line. We'll get a face-off down to the right of Pendergrass. Maple Grove all control here this afternoon. 5-0 lead, shots 32-2. 3:57 left to go in period number 2. Chepkis on the draw, wins it back to Thompson. Maddie Ames on the goal, unassisted. 5th goal for the Crimson. They have 3 power play goals, 2 full strength goals, but the Royals now have control. Out front, one-time pass from the far side boards to the top of the slot. Royals get a great opportunity there, but Pendergrass came up big. There's Anderson. She just dumps it down deep. Goaltender is going to cover that one up. Have we seen what she does with her stick? Bowerly on the draw, wins it back for Benson. Benson throws one towards the net, but the shot that got blocked by forward for the Royals. Back to Benson. She'll dump it down deep. Bowerly has it behind the net. She'll skate it out front. Backhand, tried the centering pass. She went down, took out a couple of Royals players. Puck is loose. Here's a chance for Bowerly to try to cut it towards the net, but the Royals were able to clear it out of the zone. Willie throws it down. That's offside, so they got to check up. Still offsides, as Bowerly never got out of the zone. That's going to allow Rogers to clear it out. Little toe drag around Bowerly. They get to the blue line, dump it in on Pendergrass. That tips off her stick, goes to the far side boards. Shot towards the net, but stopped by Ekman before it got to Pendergrass. Here's Ekman. She gets by a couple of defenders, tries to head that one up the ice to Bowerly, but the Royals are able to throw it back down deep. Willie picks it up behind the net. She'll get it up to Ekman. Ekman couldn't handle that one, but here comes Dorn from the far side. Dorn's going to win the race to the puck. She cuts to the center of the ice, throws it towards the net. Pad saved by the Royals goaltender. Royals are able to clear it out of the zone. Ekman's right there. She tries to go cross ice. She took a little whip-de-doo down and went down, but the puck goes right to the stick of Benson. Benson's just going to clear it out of the Crimson zone. She'll bank it off the boards towards the net. That's going to make its way all the way to the goal line. No icing there. Bowerly on the forecheck gets through everybody and clears it out of the zone. Now it's in center ice into Maple Grove territory. Graves is over there. Glendy throws it out of the zone. Graves on the forecheck, almost picked the pocket of number 15 there, and that'll be offsides on the Royals. 1:47 left to go, period number 2. 5-0 lead for the Crimson. Face-off won by Sukup, back for Miller. Miller on the backhand to Voigtman. Voigtman up the ice to Graves. Back to Voigtman. She'll send it down the ice. Graves is right there, tries to disrupt that one. Back onto the stick of Voigtman. She goes all the way across ice. That's going to bank off the boards into the Royal zone. Now it's picked off by Graves. Here's a chance for Graves. Throws one just wide right of the goaltender. Sukup picks it up on the near side, leaves it for Voigtman. Voigtman throws one towards the net. That went wide left. Grabbed by Graves, back out to the point for Miller. Miller back to Graves. Around the net for Sukup. Sukup to Glendy. Glendy behind the net, backhand right to the top of the slot. Graves had a chance, but Royals were able to clear it out of the front of the goal before Graves could get the stick there. 1 minute left to go in period number 2. Sukup back to the point for Miller. Miller throws it tipped out in front, kick saved by the goaltender. Royals pick it up. They try and clear the zone, and they do. That goes all the way down the ice. The Royals are going to get to it first. They throw it towards the net, but that went behind and wraps around the end boards. Pinch in from the point, but just swing it over to the corner where it's going to be grabbed by Graves. Graves goes cross ice to Glendy. Glendy with a nice little tip pass to Sukup. Here's Sukup on a one-on-one. She comes down, tries to fire it towards the net. Goaltender miss it. Quick wrap around Sukup. Graves out in front. She scores! Graves from Sukup on the goal as Sukup went down, took a shot on the goaltender. Goaltender got herself way out of position. Sukup tried the wraparound. Goaltender slid over, was able to stop the puck, but Graves was right there and threw it into the open net as the goaltender slid past the goalpost as she was trying to get back in position. 6-0 lead for the Crimson, just 20 seconds left in period number 2. Back for Hayter. Looking for Sandberg, leaves it for Ames. Here comes Ames. She cuts to the middle. Ames comes in. She scores! Maddie Ames with her second goal of the afternoon. Puts the Crimson up 7-0, and that'll be the end of period number 2 as they are now into running time. With a 6-goal lead, we'll have running time for the rest of the game unless the Royals cut that deficit to 5 or less. Then it will go back to stop time. But we'll have a short intermission here. Does not look like they are going to be redoing the ice in between this period, so it'll be about 2 minutes, and we'll be back for period number 3. Stick with us. 7-0 Maple Grove lead. Jay Sandberg, Pete Ames bringing you today's broadcast from Rogers Activity Center. This. Looks like they're going to finish off period number 2. Running. Here comes Sandberg on a breakaway. Sandberg comes in. She scores! They put 9 seconds back on the clock because it's not running time until the 3rd period. So they put 9 seconds back on the clock. Quick face-off. Sandberg takes it off the draw, goes down, scores the 8th goal for the Crimson. That was so strange. So that wasn't the intermission. We will now have intermission as the Maple Grove Crimson tack on another goal. 8-0 lead. We'll have running time. Looks like they are going to redo the ice this time. Weird series of events there, but nonetheless, we're going to have a short intermission. What the hell? So stick with us. We'll be right back for period number 3. That was so weird. Welcome back for period number 3. Maple Grove Crimson taking on the Rogers Royals here at the Roger Activity Center. We're heading into the third period. It'll be running time as Maple Grove has an 8-0 lead going into the third period. Shots on goal, 41 for the Crimson, just 4 for the Royals. It's been all Crimson, especially in the second period. They had 7 goals. So far, 4 power play goals for the Crimson, 4 even strength goals. Royals really not putting up much of a battle here. We'll see what happens in the third period. Pendergrass in the net. She's only faced 4 shots is what the scoreboard says. She's probably had a few more that they may not have counted, but nonetheless, the Crimson are in control of this one. But we'll have running time, 15 minutes left to go in this game unless the Royals can cut this deficit down to less than 6 goals. And to take the draw is going to be Ames. She's already got a couple goals here today. Face-off goes back for the Royals. Royals try to cross ice, and here's a chance for Ames. Ames top of the slot, try to get it over for Glendy, who was on the far side post. And the Crimson are going to go on the penalty kill as the Royals will get a power play out of this one. Looks like Graves is going to go to the box, or maybe it's Ames. Let's see what the call was. Looks like Ames is headed to the sin bin. Number 35, Maddie Ames, is going to go to the box. 2 minutes for tripping.
Scoring at 14:51 in the second for Maple Grove, number 35, Maddie Ames, from 17, Riley Hyder. Scoring at 14:59 in the second, number 3, Ella Ekman, from number 4, Ken Glendy.
Face-off goes back. Voigtman rings it around the boards to Glendy. Glendy clears it out of the zone. It's going to be picked up by Graves. Graves has some speed. She cuts across the blue line, over to the far side, down around the circle, cuts to the center, try to come back out to the top of the slot on the far side post, but got poke checked off her stick. Somehow Graves still has it. Takes a shot, but that one looked like it was going wide, hit a body out in front, deflected back down to the Royals. Graves pretty much just handling this penalty kill all by herself. She's all over the ice. Graves still there, picks up the puck and clears it back over the red line. Back into Royal territory. The Royals finally feather it down and get it across the blue line into Maple Grove zone, but Miller's right there to pick it up. Miller gets bumped. She goes down, couldn't clear it out, and the Royals will just dump it in deep. They'll go on the forecheck, but Voigtman's over there to pick it up. Voigtman throws the puck out of the zone. That's not going to be icing because the Royals are on what we'll call a power play, but having a little bit of difficulty getting down in the Maple Grove zone, even though they're up 1 skater. Benson over there fanned on the shot, leaves it for Bowerly. She just throws it up high on the backhand, gets it down on the other side of the goal line. Glendy goes for a change. Royals are going to try and clear it out of the zone. Still can't get it out. Finally they do. Puck goes over to the red line. Banks off the boards, picked up by Sandberg. Sandberg gets stood up at the red line, but it goes back to Benson. Benson gets it to Bowerly. Bowerly on a one-on-one. Bowerly comes in, throws it towards the net, but shot blocked by the number 19 of the Royals. Bowerly with another shot over from the far side half boards. Goaltender had to make a save there, and the Royals get it out of the zone right to Willie. Willie gets it up to Sandberg. Here comes Sandberg. Maple Grove full strength. Sandberg fires one about 20 feet wide right of the goaltender. Puck goes down to the corner. Bowerly with a center pass, but nobody there for the Crimson. At the blue line, held in by Benson. Down for Sandberg on the half boards. She gets her stick lifted. No call there. A little bit of a hooking, but with an 8-0 lead, didn't expect that one to be called. Here comes Sandberg. She goes back to Benson. Benson cuts it to the red line, gets across the blue, dumps it in. Benson will go down in the corner. The Royals will just ring it around the boards and try and clear it out. Off of the benches, Hayter. She'll pick it down, down in Maple Grove zone. Up the boards, looking for Sandberg. Sandberg couldn't control that one, so it goes out. Now Bowerly with a chance at it. Royals are able to get it to center ice, and here come the Royals. Royals come in, nice defensive play by Hayter. She poke checked that one, nice sweep, stick sweep, and comes away with it. Hayter has it. Had Ekman for a moment, looked up, but decided just to skate it up herself. Hayter tried to cut through 3 defenders, and nothing happening there. She had Ekman, who was wide open. Probably would have been smarter to pass that one, but we'll see what happens. Centering pass for the Royals. Now it's going to be picked up by Watson. Watson's going to grab it, has Ekman on her right. Watson goes to the left. Down, gets by the defender. Here comes Watson, centering pass for Ekman. Nice little play there. Ekman was covered a little bit by the Royals defender, so she was able to get the stick on it. They clear it out to Voigtman. Voigtman to the red. She'll just bank it off the boards. Royals will pick up that loose puck and skate it out of the zone. Center ice, they dump it down deep, and it goes back behind the goal line. 10:42 left to go in period number 3. Puck comes out, grabbed by Voigtman. Voigtman gets it up to Anderson. Anderson takes a swing at it. Anderson off her stick, finally gets control of it. Here's a chance for Anderson. She cuts to the right, gets around the defender, comes in, fires one towards the net. Rebound came out. Watson was right on the doorstep, but couldn't get the stick on it. Allows the Royals to clear it out of the zone. They do. They come up on Willie. Willie with a great defensive play, bodies that one, and would not let the right winger get by her. Off of the skates of Anderson, leaves it for Chepkis. Here comes Chepkis on a one-on-one. Chepkis goes left, right, takes a shot into the shin pads of the defense. Never made it to the goal, and there's a hook on Chepkis. She'll go to the box for tripping as soon as Maple Grove touches the puck. Anderson did score, but she touched the puck, whistle blew, and we'll get a penalty on Chepkis for tripping. That will put the Rogers Royals on their second power play of the afternoon. Not much happened on their first one as they barely even got it out of their zone. Certainly did not get a shot off. Penalty kill for Maple Grove is going to be Ames. She'll win the faceoff back for Willie. Willie's back there. Her defensive partner is Miller and Graves. That's going to be no icing there as power play for the Royals. Goaltender almost passed it right to Graves, who was breaking in. Finally, Willie has it. Willie goes, thought about cross ice. Now banked off the stick of Ames. Ooh, just overskated. That one was Ames. She had a chance to bust into the zone, but couldn't grab the puck. Now here's Graves. Graves and Ames going in. Graves throws one towards the net. Rebound comes out. Goaltender couldn't cover that one or hang on to it. Royals are just trying to ice the puck, even though they're on the power play. Ames down in the corner. She gets taken by 3 Royals, leaves the puck for Graves. Graves gets it back to the point for Miller. Miller couldn't handle that one, but that's okay. It'll waste a little bit of time in the power play for the Royals as Miller goes back. Cross ice over for Willie. Willie gets it up over the stick of Ames, bounced high. Royals just throw it to center ice where it's going to be grabbed by Miller. Miller backhands it down low. Royals have it. Royals try and clear it out to center ice. They do. Caught on the sideboards, far side, right in front of the scorer's table. Glendy gets over there, tries to pop one down. Didn't get a lot of heat on that one. Here's a chance for the Royals. Almost caught the Crimson in a line change there, but Benson was able to get off the bench quickly and get in the way of the 3-on-1. Went into Pendergrass. She had to go down and make the save. 7:53, and clock is ticking with an 8-0 lead for Maple Grove. 15 seconds left on the power play. Back to the point are the Royals. Slap shot goes in. That hit Bowerly up high. Block shot for Bowerly as she stood in front of that slap shot by the defense, number 7. She took it up high, but no problem there. Bowerly just let the puck sit there. Maple Grove back at full strength as Benson clears the zone. Chepkis goes in on pursuit. She's in on the forecheck. Chepkis tries to get there, finally picks up the loose puck behind the net, circles around. Bowerly right on the doorstep, and she scores. Bowerly from Chepkis as Chepkis picked the puck up, tried to wrap around backhand, and it ended up being a nice little feed to Bowerly, who threw it into the open net for a 9-0 Crimson lead. Bowerly takes the draw up to Sandberg. Sandberg cuts to the blue, has Ekman on the right, feeds it to Ekman. Ekman fires one off the pad of the goaltender. Royals pick it up, try and clear it out, but it's held in by Bowerly. Now Ekman has it, tries a little soft little feed to Bowerly. Bowerly with a little move, spins out, loses control of the puck, so Royals get by the defense. Sandberg cuts over, steals the puck from the right winger, leaves it for Hayter. Hayter comes in, banks it off the boards, but it's blocked by the Royals. Here's a 3-on-1 for the Royals. Royals top of the circle. They fire one in. Pendergrass, they score! shot from the right side, top of the circle by the number 36 of the Royals. Pendergrass tried to jump in the air and block it with her shoulder, and it was kind of a looping butterfly shot from the top of the circle that arced over the left shoulder of Pendergrass, hit the pipe, and ended up into the back of the net. 9-1 lead. Royals get on the board and ruin the shutout for the Crimson. 5.5 minutes left to go, period number 3. Watson dumps it down deep. Shots on goal, 42 for the Crimson, 5 for the Royals. Pinching in is Voigtman. Puck out in front, and it's right on the goal crease. No goal. It was sitting right on the goal line. Didn't fully go over, and the Royals were able to clear it out of there. Watson has it on the near side boards, feeds it down into the corner for Chepkis. Chepkis skates it out looking for a centering pass, got deflected off a stick and ends up on the other side of the goal. They throw it, hits a stanchion and deflects out to Willie. Willie throws one in, tipped out in front, goaltender save, and Chepkis scores! Chepkis on the rebound goal, shot from Willie from the point. Goaltender made the initial save. Rebound came right out to the stick of Chepkis, right on her forehand. All she had to do is push it past the goalie and puts the Maple Grove up 10-1. Double digits for the Crimson on a goal by Chepkis, assisted by Willie. Faceoff goes back to Hayter. Hayter cuts across the red, down into Rogers territory, pinned up in the corner on the near side boards. She loses her stick, takes a little push there. Puck comes free, Ames has it, tries a little shot, fanned on that one. Puck comes free out to Miller, knocked off her stick, but she'll backhand it down low. Ames is going to pick that one up in the corner. She has it now, makes a little move. Cuts across the seam, feeds to Graves right out in front. Nice pass by Ames to Graves. Graves got a shot off. Goaltender made the save. Rebound came out, but they couldn't put it past. Back out to the point, fanned on by Miller. Miller gets her own shot, blocked out in front by the goaltender, still there. Goes in behind the goalie. Goaltender finally covers it up. And we'll get a face-off with 3.5 minutes left to go in the third period. Bowerly takes the draw. Puck is loose. Royals will pick it up. They'll skate it out of the zone. Come down. Voigtman with a nice defensive play. Leaves it for Sandberg. Sandberg cuts through, gets it through the legs, kicks it to her forehand. Now cuts to her backhand, goes around to the near side boards. Nice stop, spin there by Sandberg. Goes back to the point for Voigtman. Voigtman, though, was covered and had to just pound it down back into the corner. Nice little pass to Bowerly, to Ekman, to Bowerly. She scores. Bowerly to Ekman. Ekman right back to Bowerly, and Bowerly put it into the open net. 11-1 lead for the Crimson. Face-off won by Chepkis. Back to Voigtman. Voigtman dumps it down. Watson picks it up. And the Royals throw it down the ice. That's going to be an icing call on Rogers. So we'll get a face-off back down in the offensive zone for the Crimson. Just about 2 minutes left to go in this one. 11-1 lead for the Maple Grove Crimson. They'll get their first victory of the year. They'll be a 1-2 after today's game finishes up here. Hayter with a slap shot, goalie saves, and she'll cover that one up. Back to Hayter. Hayter with another slap shot. Good blocker save there by the goaltender. Looked like that one may have been going wide, but the goaltender went down, deflected it to the near side corner. Here's a chance for Hayter. Feeds it over to Willie. Willie with a snapshot. Nice snapshot from Willie. Went up high. Goaltender went down. Had to put her blocker up to save that one. Otherwise, that was going to the back of the net. Big save by the goaltender and a nice shot by Willie from the point. They ice it, send it down the length of the ice, so we'll get an icing call with just a minute left to go in period 3. Face-off goes back to Benson. Blocked by the Royals. That's a hooking. They're not going to call that one with just a minute left to go in the game. So Benson, looked like they were going to call offsides. Benson took it. Here's a chance for Ames. Ames has it. Looking to get it over to Graves. Hit a stick out in front, so never made its way. Benson tries to get a shot. Here's a chance for the Royals. Miller on the back check. She'll go to the box this time. And that'll be a whistle as they'll get a penalty on Maple Grove, but the time's going to, by the time we get the puck to the box, they get it up on the clock, this one's going to be over. It's going to be 11-1 victory for Maple Grove Crimson. Penalty at the end of the period. Not sure what they're calling. They're just going to let the time run out, so they didn't even call the penalty. Shots on goal for the game, 44 for Maple Grove Crimson, just 6 for the Royals. Maple Grove comes away with 11-1 victory here on Saturday afternoon at the Rogers Activity Center. Hope you enjoyed this one. A lot of goals, 1-0 after the first, 9-0 after the second, and then they added 2 more in the third for an 11-1 victory here this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Jay Sandberg, Pete Ames bringing you today's broadcast. We really hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you and see you next time.